Hello and welcome to cookingflavors.com. For today's recipe, we'll look at the preparation of a very delicious and tasty Bisi Belabath. Before I show you the list of ingredients, have these vital ingredients ready. Sambar vengayam, a lot of ghee and a drumstick. Those are the vital ingredients. So if you're thinking of preparing Bisi Belabath, keep them ready. Now here I have half a cup of tur dal which I soaked in water for about half an hour. If you soak them, it will cook faster and easily. Now I've taken this in a cooker bowl. I'm going to cook my vegetables also. So I've just added some water and put a stand, and I'm going to cook my dal. On top of this, I'll place another bowl with my vegetables. Now to this, I'm adding just about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric powder, this is the only place where I'm going to add turmeric powder, and a little bit of oil so that the dal doesn't fluff out, and adding about half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. We'll add in the required water, just enough for the dal to immerse and cook properly. Now on top of that, I've added another bowl of vegetables. I have some carrots, green beans. This is baby avaraka or flat beans. You can also take the bigger ones. Potato, just one potato, one carrot, 5 green beans, a few avaraka, and drumstick. Drumstick, I'm only going to use the pulp of it, so I've kept it as longer pieces. Now I'm only going to steam these vegetables, so we'll just sprinkle a little bit of water, not too much, because we want the vegetables to have that 2 to 3% of crunch in them. So steaming the vegetables will be perfect. Now we'll cover it with a lid, and we'll place the lid of the pressure cooker, place on the whistle, and give it just about 5 whistles. Now while that's pressure cooking, we'll get our masala powder ready. I have some coriander seeds, some tur dal. Instead of tur dal, you can also add Bengal gram or chana dal, just about half a tablespoon of rice, 1 cinnamon stick, and 3 small cloves here. Those are very, very important. And a few pieces of dry coconut. If you don't have them, use a fresh coconut, but dry coconut is the best option. And about 4 to 5 dry red chilies. Now we'll dry roast each of them separately, and we'll grind it into a nice powder. I've added about a tablespoon of coriander seeds. Roast them well. Then after that, I'm adding some tur dal. After the tur dal, I'm adding in some rice, the cloves, and the cinnamon. We'll dry roast them nicely. After that is done, I will be adding in the dry red chilies. This is the only source of spice, so adjust accordingly, and the dry coconut. Now I'll transfer them, wait it for them to cool down, and we'll grind it into a nice fine powder. Now here I have a pot of water. I prefer to cook my rice in a pot like this. If you have a time constraint and you have other such criteria, you can very well go ahead and cook your rice in the pressure cooker. For 1 cup of rice, add at least 3 to 4 cups of water to get that nice mashy effect and that koranja sadam we need. Now for 1 cup of rice, I've added about 5 cups of water here. Once the water has come to a boil, I'll be adding in the rice. I'm very comfortable cooking my rice like this for this Bisi Belabath. As I told you, if you don't have time and if you have other constraints, use a pressure cooker for cooking your rice. But once in a way, try this also. It will be equally even tastier than the pressure cooker. Now our masala powder is ready. I have not made it a very, very fine powder. Just a little bit of coarseness I have retained. Now see, my rice has cooked. That is the arasi bendiruchu, but now we want the rice to mash nicely. So what I'll be doing is I'll keep stirring it, and I'll be using the back of my ladle to smash down the rice. Always remember, if you're cooking in a pot like this, make sure you stir the rice so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. Now see, if I drop the rice, it's nice and mashy. It's not a very porridgey consistency. There is still rice, but it's nice and mashy. Now what we'll do is we'll transfer this cooked tur dal into this rice, and we'll give that a good mix. We only need to blend the ingredients because the rice and the tur dal is cooked. Now see, my vegetables are steamed nicely, and I've taken out the pulp from the drumstick separately, because when we eat, we don't want to have the skin of the drumstick in between. Adding the pulp of this murungakka or drumstick gives it an awesome taste. So that's why I told you it's one of the vital ingredients in preparing Bisibelabath. Now we'll add in all these vegetables into this rice and the dal mixture. and we'll give that a nice stir. We don't have to give it any cooking time because all of them have been cooked very well. We'll just give that a nice mix so they combine together. And now I'm adding in the tamarind extract. I've soaked about a big lemon size of a tamarind. We'll mix that well. So today I've taken 1 cup of rice and half cup of tur dal. Now we'll add in a little bit of salt. We cannot add the entire salt now, so at every stage we'll add a little bit of salt, because after the masala powder we have to check for salt again. Now we'll do the seasoning. I've roasted a few cashew nuts and kept them separately in the same pan. I've added some ghee. A lot of ghee is another vital ingredient for this dish, and a little bit of oil. Once the oil and the ghee get hot, we'll add in about a teaspoon of mustard seeds and wait for the mustard seeds to crackle. Once the mustard seeds crackle, I'm adding in a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Once they splutter, I'm adding in just about 2 dry red chilies and a few curry leaves. Now I'm adding in just a tablespoon of onions. This is optional, just adding it to give it a nice crunchy flavor. And now I'm adding in the sambar vengayam, yet another vital ingredient to this bisibelabath. If you don't have sambar vengayam, better get it to give you that perfect bisibelabath taste. Now we'll mix this all well and we'll wait for the onions to get translucent. Now I've transferred the seasoning pan into the other burner. Now our masala powder, I added a little bit of water and I am adding it into the already simmering bisibelabath mixture. We'll add a little bit of water and I'm adding the entire masala into this pot. Now we'll give that a nice mix. As you're mixing, you can see the actual color of the bisibelabath coming into picture. Now we have to wait. The masala powder is already roasted, but we need to get all the ingredients combined together and keep simmering to give it that perfect taste. I'm adding a little bit of salt here again, and I'm letting it simmer on the other stove. We'll give that a mix on and off so that it doesn't stick to the pot. Now I'm adding in just 1 tomato here. Tomato is totally optional, but the taste of fried tomatoes, just a little bit for that much of mixture, it will be nice. And I'm transferring all the seasoned ingredients into this pot. Now we'll mix that all well. Now again check for salt. This is the final stage because all the ingredients have been added. Finally check for salt. Now at last I'm adding in a few more curry leaves and a few coriander leaves and a nice fried cashew nuts. I fried it in a little bit of ghee and I am adding it here. Now the final stage, we have to mix all the ingredients well and let it simmer for just another 3 to 4 minutes. Now see, if I drop, you can look at the consistency of the bisibelabath. Keep it a little runny because as it keeps resting, it will get nice and thick. This tastes even heavenly the next day. Before switching off the stove, add in another teaspoon of ghee. Once in a way, we are going to cook such yummy and delicious delicacies like this. So why not add in some extra ghee, some extra cashew nuts and things like that to make this bisibelabath a really sumptuous one. Serve it with nice potato chips or a simple potato fry, a mango pickle or even a raitha. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and give in your comments and suggestions. If you are new to our YouTube channel, welcome and happy cooking. You can also visit us at cookingflavors.com and follow us on Google+. Share our videos with your friends if you like them and give us a thumbs up. Till we see you again with another new and interesting video. Thank you.